And welcome into the Rowdy Studios, reviewing Bristol with Buzz Cutler. My name is Bass Masters, and we have, I don't know if this is a controversy, but we have an issue, something to talk about with regard to pit road speeding penalties, because if you watch the race on Saturday night, you saw passing on pit road. And I don't mean just via a faster stop. I mean one car clearly going 10 to 15 to 20 miles an hour faster than another.
I mean, Brad Keselowski basically gunned it and was able to get past Jeff Gordon on a key late race pit stop, and that's just because of where the timing lines are relative to pit boxes, with pit boxes in between two timing lines.
Well, let's explain how this happens, because NASCAR calculates pit road speed based not on an instantaneous reading like a radar gun, but based on time between timing lines. So basically, there's a certain amount of time between two lines, and you cannot violate that time. So let's say it's 30 seconds. You can't go any faster. You can't cover the ground between those two timing lines any faster than 30 seconds. So let's look at two cases, Cutler.
Right.
You be one timing line, I'll be another.
Okay, I'm a timing line.
I'm also a timing line.
Okay.
This car's pit box is here. Okay? He stops. He speeds up. He gets to pit road speed. By the time he hits this timing line, he cannot go any faster than pit road speed, or he will violate the time. He will go faster than the time allowed between those two timing lines.
Now,
let's look at case B. This car's pit stall is here.
Inside a timing line.
So the time that he's allotted between these two timing lines is now includes sitting there for 14 seconds. So he can pretty much go as fast as he wants between here and here. Zoom! And not violate the time.
So then you have a scenario where one car is pitting on the inside of a timing line. Another car
pitted here.
Pit further down pit road has already started.
And he's at pit road speed.
But now all of a sudden, this guy can zoom out and pass him until he gets to this timing line and has to start slowing down again.
Now, drivers have been doing this. Teams have been doing this quite a bit this season. We heard about it from Jimmy Johnson's team, because what he cleverly did was try to pick a stall with a timing line right through the middle of the car. So he stopped in two segments and has two segments in which he can speed. But clearly, if you pick a stall right after a timing line, you've got a nice long stretch where you can speed out of your box, especially at Bristol, where there's a good bit of space between the timing lines. That's what Jeff Gordon was talking about when he said this after the race.
It's a joke, you know, that somebody can leave pit road and run that fast down pit road and then slam on the brakes. You know, I mean, Kenseth drove by 4 cars, and so did the 2 car when he left his pit stall. And I just don't, I don't understand it, but that is the way that it is here, and it puts a huge premium on the pit stall and qualifying.
So is this an issue? Should NASCAR do something about it?
I don't think it's an issue. Guys are doing this all over the place. This is not an isolated incident. It's not just Matt Kenseth and Brad Keselowski at Bristol. You see this at Martinsville as well. There are certain tracks which lend themselves to this a little bit more. And are there solutions? Sure. Jeff Gordon talked about putting a button on the steering wheel that drivers push to automatically reduce their cars to pit road speed.
Who wants to police that?
That's F1, man. Let's not take the human element out of this.
And NASCAR having to police that? I don't like it.
No, to me, it's not a controversy. It's about qualifying. It's one more reason to qualify well so that you can take this into account when choosing your pit stall.
It's a strategic consideration. The only thing I will say, there's a reason for pit road speeding and that, or a speed limit on pit road, and that was safety. And so you just don't want to be violating that reason. Otherwise, I wouldn't care if there was a pit road speeding penalty at all.
And if I remember correctly, in his post-race press conference, Jeff Gordon talked about pit road speeding penalties and speed limits being about keeping it fair for everybody. To me, it's always been more about safety, and that was my understanding of why it was implemented.
Going as fast as you can is pretty fair also.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just not as safe.
I also want to say Brad Keselowski did not win this race because he was able to game the timing line system. Was it one more tool that he used in terms of his performance?
Same with Matt Kenseth.
Absolutely.
And we saw Matt Kenseth do it several times, and then Jeff Gordon would get out there on a run and pass him.
Right. I mean,
he kept having to pass Kenseth because Kenseth was able to gain time on pit road because of this issue. 2 ways to fix it: instantaneous radar gun speed. You never would be able to speed anywhere. Or put the timing lines closer together, and then that advantage would be negated quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, and if you want to do that in NASCAR, okay.
It's okay with us.
I just don't see this as a big deal.
I don't either. All right, that's our take on the pit road speeding timing controversy.
That wasn't really a controversy.
Nah, it's not
unless
really
you're
an
Jeff
issue.
Gordon and you were on the short end of the stick.
But now everyone understands it because we explained it so clearly.
Oh, yeah.
For Buzz Cutler, my name is Bass Masters. We'll see you next time.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.